That lipstick shade. Thank you. Favorite biopic? Probably A Beautiful Mind. Okay. I gotta go pick up the window and move it around. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect. Okay. Goodness, excuse me. Thank you, Snowhound. I'll try. see how it goes. How's everybody doing today? Good day, bad day, Monday. Ugh. I've had a pretty good day so far. Getting a lot of work done. I'm like actually kind of caught up, which is wild. I haven't been caught up with work in literally probably about 10 months since January. I'm editing a videos. That'll be out. That'll be on Patreon Thursday and everywhere else Saturday. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I kind of got mad during filming. And was maybe a little more heated than I intended to be, but it's fine. The moment calls for it, I think. Free time? Oh, we didn't say anything about free time. Just because I'm caught up with work doesn't mean I got free time. Gotta pack up all that time with other work so that, I mean, the goal is to not go 3 months between videos, you see. And I've been pretty unable to do that in any kind of extended fashion, so that's the goal, is to have a video out every like 3 weeks maybe, you know? Okay, we did this last time. We need to do it again just because it didn't save my progress, which is okay. It's fine. Got a new weapon. Nothing wrong with that. I don't think I picked up that weapon last time. I mean, it's not. I certainly didn't get any angrier than just like the Sound of Freedom video, for example. Pretty angry in that video. I don't know. It just, I always feel weird being any kind of emotional on camera. I don't like vulnerability. I'm really in the wrong line of work for somebody who doesn't like exposing my emotions. Fox's Sacrifice. What do we think that game's about? I feel like if I go through this window, I won't be able to come back through. Fuck. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I can. It's fine. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's okay. It's okay. Looking good. Federal government's trying to put ice holding facility in my city. Keeping up with local organized group chat. See if something comes up. That's great. That's good. Yeah, I mean, No Kings last weekend was great. It's really nice to see how many people are actually invested. I'm sure all of you saw Trump's literal shitpost. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it turns out for him. Hello, William, Babadook. Built a dam, built a shrine. Yeah, we found that last time too. Whoop. I still don't understand how when you pick up the same item, it doesn't stack with the rest of my 3 Ramune, you know? My mad has a good aura. That's good to know. If you're gonna be mad, better that it have a good aura, I guess. It's weird doing Uh-oh. Oh god. Let's get back in there. Back in there, I said. Doing any kind of creative work kind of always feels like you're sort of flying blind, you know? Like you can have some kind of idea about how you're coming across, but if it's just you, then there's really no guarantee. Which is why any kind of performance, even if it's just one person, is still like a collaborative art form, you know. The audience is just as much a part of the artistic product as the actor is, you know. Oof. Let's see. Let's replace the... No, let's replace these... No, fuck. Fully restores sanity. Reduces sanity damage. Slightly restores health and current max sanity. We'll replace the capsules. Oh, should we? I feel like we should. I feel like it's a bad idea. I'm gonna replace the divine water because I think I'm more likely to find that again. Nonsense, let the hate flow through you. Thank you. It's especially, oh yeah, we need to find the combination. Okay, everybody look out for 3 numbers. It's also weird, like, I don't know, there's so many opportunities in video making to second guess yourself, because it's like, especially since I don't have an editor, it's like, it's not as if, you know, I do the footage, you know, take the footage, I film the video, and then just like send it off, and then my job's over. I don't have to think about it again. It's like, no, I'm looking at my own face and organizing my own footage and constantly being like, oh god, I don't know, is this coming across the way I want it to? Oh man, is this a mistake? Maybe I should just quit. Made sure to make an actually durable sign this time. Yeah, it's important. Did you get a check from George Soros for that, to reimburse you for your durable sign? Really saw Lord of the Rings videos? Made you halfway a fan? Halfway? Not doing my job right. 1800, yeah. Hell yeah. I've seen a couple of like cranky leftists that I think are probably, I don't know, I think this, one of the problems with social media is that it amplifies just super batshit nonsense opinions, you know, because the batshit nonsense opinions are the ones that everybody wants to reply to or respond to, including me. I also responded to this, and I don't think it's like necessarily a bad thing or a good thing, but it is a thing that that happens, and in this case, it's been a bunch of leftists saying, you know, like, I don't know, being like fucking doomers about things like about things like no kings, and being like, what do you think that, you know, you fucking shit libs, what do you think is gonna happen if you show up to a protest and march around in a frog costume? This is fucking serious, you know, and like, you know, be prepared for violence and what. It's like, y'all gotta relax. This is not, no, that's not the way. Yeah, and like, especially from anarchists who should know better, you know. Like it's pretty central to any kind of actual, you know, serious anarchist theory that you actually want people to feel good. You know, like part of acting as if you're already free is taking joy in the things that you do. it's like kind of dismaying to see how quickly people just toss that out the window, which is certainly a cultural thing. Oh, hi, Michael. Thanks for dropping in. Both political constituencies wanting shit posting out of their leaders. Yeah, it's not like great. I don't know. My thoughts on it, like, I mean, it's kind of like the conversation we had last time about when when something becomes propaganda that was previously just information, and how there really is no such thing as just like, pure propaganda or pure information. Like any piece of information can be made into propaganda for some reason or another, in depending on the methods that you're choosing to disseminate it with or publish it under. I think shit posting is certainly propagandistic. I don't think it's whatever. I mean, I don't think it necessarily has to be a bad thing. It just is a bad thing now. I mean, like, the difference between the two, I feel, is that MAGA seems to think that shitposting is literally governance, that they're the same thing. Like, that, like, the entirety of the administration is just catering toward, like, brain-rotted fucking morons who literally have the kind of the cognitive capabilities of, like, a 12-year-old. Just, like, a contrarian little weirdo who doesn't know anything about the world and doesn't really doesn't have enough responsibility to even know how to care. And I think that there's a fairly substantive difference between that and people on the left who would like just some kind of pushback at all, and would like some kind of signal that the Democrats understand that you cannot market your way into power, and this isn't a matter of just like focus grouping. That there actually has to be some kind of proactive behavior that is representative of how emotional this moment is. So yeah, yeah, 0 protesters arrested as far as I heard. Nobody got hurt. Like, that's crazy. I must stay far ahead of you in this game. Ooh, good luck. Issues of the strategy of how the protests are being carried out, but I still go. Yeah, it's like, yeah, sure, fine. Like it's fine to have issues with strategy and think that things could be run better or like wish it were being conducted a different way. But like the fact of the matter is that you like, just because this is a protest moment doesn't mean that the rules that govern our political activity in any other situation are different. You still live in a world with other people, and you need to contend with the fact that other people are experiencing the world differently than you are, and actually navigate those differences in a way that's going to be productive instead of just stalemating. Like we need to stop treating people who disagree with us within our own anti-fascist coalition. We need to stop fighting with each other the way we fight with Republicans. We're not the same. You know what I mean? What else do you stream on besides YouTube? I'm on Twitch. I'm simultaneously streaming on Twitch. Protests are great. Direct action is great. Blends of the two are great. Not only are they great, they're necessary. This isn't one or the other thing. And like, again, with like, you live in a world with other people. The fact that you live in a world with other people, like, people also need to internalize. I'm certainly guilty of this. I think that it's a really easy kind of trap to, I'm sorry, I've been standing in this spot forever. It's just that there was a knock on the other side of the door. I won't get this thought out before I open it up and lose the thought. So like you live in a world with other people. You also need to internalize that other people are also living in a world with you, and you are allowed to do the stuff that you think needs to be done without anybody else's permission. You know, like if protests aren't your thing, if fucking inflatable frog suits aren't your thing, and you think that direct action is more is like more productive, that like you see the path to like setting up some kind of good direct action line, or even like fuck it, like if you're you know a serious militant, like go fucking train then, you know, like stop trying to like lecture other people about what they need to do and go do it yourself. Other people live in a world with you. You are necessary as much as they are necessary. Like if we're actually serious about building any kind of political momentum on the left, which is supposed to be all about cooperation and you know, organization among different kinds of people and real democracy, then you need to like, we need to get more comfortable with the idea that other people are going to be better at us at some things, that and also that like the things that we're not, just because we're not interested in certain aspects of organization doesn't mean that those aspects aren't necessary. And if you see other people, you know, engaging in those aspects and doing them, fucking support it. Yeah. So, topic had a hummingbird moth. Sweet. Those things are pretty neat. It's tomato hornworms grow into hawk moths, don't they? Devastating for tomatoes, but if I ever have a big enough garden, and someday I will, I'll just have a sacrificial tomato plant that all the caterpillars can go live on. I love hawk moths. Yes, yeah. Yeah, marching fails in comparison to my solution, firebombing at a Walmart and then not firebombing a Walmart. Yeah, totally. I can't let no kings turn into Occupy Wall Street, an organic movement that burns out and doesn't actually transform the Democrats into the Labor Party we need. Yeah, part of the issue with Occupy Wall Street is that the Democrats didn't want to. I don't know. This is maybe overly optimistic, but I think that the threat is, you know, high enough in the oligarchy now that there's potentially more motivation to actually change things than there was in 2008. Like, big banks were supporters of Democrats as well. That's why they got bailed out. There's no bank to bail out now, you know. There's no equivalent. I mean, there's a link to your Twitch. A good question. Somebody dropped the link to my Twitch. Are you saying we live in a society? I'm afraid I am. Yeah. Hi, Carlos. You have to ride or die for every single political cause, but you need to stand for something. Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to stand for everything. It's not your job. It's not your job. This is actually very much what the next two Lord of the Rings videos are about. Lord of the Rings is a story about how, like, diversity is our strength. You know, like, Lord of the Rings doesn't happen. Like, the quest to destroy the ring doesn't happen unless a bunch of people are just are doing their best, doing the part that they can do, and just having faith that if they do the part that they can do as well as they possibly can, then that's the best chance of things working out. And it does work out, you know, almost entirely by accident, and just because people put themselves in a place to be useful when they could. There's no hero in The Lord of the Rings, you know. Spent the whole time talking to a bunch of leftists handing out pamphlets for policy change. That's cool. That's like a good way to meet people too, you know. Building human relationships is important. This can't all be about fucking theory. It's like oh my god. Standing here for fucking 10 minutes straight. Okay. Shit. What was I saying? Human relationships are important for this. This can't just be about theory. Oh yeah, it's my thing about gossip. I wrote a pretty good article, I think, about gossip a few months ago, and about how, like, it seems like it's kind of past, but for a while it was sort of fashionable to say that, like, gossip is really important, has been really important historically, because it's how, especially like the downtrodden, but especially women have like exchanged important information with each other, and like, this is what gossip does, and you know, that's why it's demonized, because, oh, we can't have these women talking to each other, then they'll compare notes or whatever. And so it's like power of the people or whatever, and that's not at all what gossip is. It's not false. Like, yeah, that is the effect of gossip, but that's not why people gossip. You know, when you gossip with somebody, you're not comparing your salaries. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about, like, who's having an affair with who, and fucking, you know, whose shoes look fucking, you know, weird with their skin tone. Like, that gossip is fundamentally, you know, frivolous. And the reason that it's important for us to have frivolous conversations is because the role that gossip has in building solidarity is in bonding. That, like, when you gossip with people, you feel like you're kind of on the same team, you know? And like, it's a really great bonding mechanism. Mutual hatred, mutual disdain is a really great bonding mechanism. And so when people gossip with each other, it makes them feel like they're more connected with each other than they would otherwise. And so when in the future you need to, like, turn to your friends and for help, to, like, get them to you know, expend energy and kind of sacrifice something for you, it's going to be a lot easier if you've gossiped about how I don't know, about somebody's you know, I don't know, somebody's pregnancy that they didn't plan, or some shit, like, useless shit, you know. I grow tomatoes for the worms anyway. Aw. Is this a shrine? No. Gossip is used by the left, gives the same vibe as marketplace of ideas. Yeah, kind of. Someone says, is gossip a genre of ritual? I don't, is gossip a genre of ritual? No, it's not. Gossip is just behavior shit. It's just like human behavior. It's just like something that you can expect humans to do in the same way that, like, you know, in the same way that cats do that little, like, that little pawing thing, kneading bread. Oh my god! Sorry, I can't get out of the way. I didn't know it had a reach like that. Holy shit. It's just, well, like, we don't know why we gossip, you know? Like, oh, I mean, obviously there's utility in it, but while we're doing it, we do it because it feels good. That's it, you know? And rituals we don't do because it feels good. Rituals we do to, like, rituals are a performance for each other. Rituals are not instinctive in that way. So no, I'd say they're not. Gossip is not a ritual. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I heard my camera go out. Sorry, y'all. Okay. It's validating my gossipy bitch nature. That's good. Gossip is good. Gossip is very human. I'm very pro human things. I'm very pro human behavior. When humans act like humans, it makes me happy. Run? I can't. I'm trying. I don't see the exit here. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but like I'm trying to run and I can't seem to manage it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Woohoo. Yoy! Here we go. Oh my god. Woo! I've got too many programs running, I think. Hang on, let me get rid of Audition, at least. Yes, to all. Okay. Your ideology also has to have a libidinal payoff. Yeah, that's one way to put it. What aspect of your work has the Amazon server outage made miserable today? None. None. One of the benefits of working for myself, I guess. Gossip is a way to warn people about dangers in the community, e.g. some researchers will steal your shit if you tell them what you were working on. Hi, Peter. Hang on. Uh-oh. Shit. Ugh. we back? The Song of My Heart. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Dragula lately. 'Tis the season, you know. And I just finished season 5, and the song they used for the final floor shows is a banger. Well, and Inspector, what kind of scientist are you? It seems like I have asked that before, but hard to keep things straight in my head when I can't see anybody's face. Okay. Man, it really seemed like OBS was going to crash there for a second. I guess it didn't. I guess it's fine. Okay, I'm going to get rid of Premiere also. 1 second. I should have done this beforehand. This is on me. But I most certainly do not want to lose this work. So. Okay. Say the only problem I've ever had with gossip was I wish I knew what I was doing that pissed people off. I didn't notice about myself, so I can fix it. Yeah. I mean, that's the other thing about gossip that people sort of conveniently forget, especially when we're talking about it in terms of like, oh, it's such a good, you know, like justice tool or whatever. Gossip is fucking rude. Like you can, gossip can be really mean, you know? That's like part of what makes it gossip is its exclusivity. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, and it like none of this means that you should or should not do it. This is just a descriptor, a descriptor of the behavior. Like gossip has a lot of bonding utility, and part of the thing about humans is that we really like to bond over things we dislike, especially if it's petty. You know, it's just how we are. Look at complex electronic structure of inorganic catalysts. Those sure are words. Those sound like science words. I guess that's the part of my work that excites me. Cool. Ooh, this guy's gonna come back, looks like. Ooh, better make myself scarce. Wonder what's around here. Oh my god. God, I hate it when it freezes like that. Oh my god. Ah! Ah! Owie. Fuck you. Fuck. Ah. This keeps freezing. Really not cool. Really not cool with it. We can't be freezing at the same time as I'm hitting stuff. That's not good. Yeah. There we go. Oh. There we don't. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Ugh, why are we still freezing? Oh boy, woke up. Oh shit! Nope. Ah! 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 Fuck's sake. God damn it. Ah! Shit. Oh my god. think I saw another another pipe over there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah! Okay. Two Russes. 3 Russes. Oh my god, she just explained MAGA. This is, yeah. MAGA is an like, it's not hard to turn any kind of ideology into an extremely petty bonding device, you know, where, like, that's really the only service it provides. Nothing MAGA is doing is in their own best interest. It just makes them feel like they're a part of something. Like, that's like, obviously obviously people are gonna do that. You know, it shouldn't surprise anybody. It's just that, like, it's when ideology gets really, really dangerous, is when people associate the feeling that the ideology and your membership in it gives you with correctness, and that, like, because I feel this way, anything that I feel good about must be correct. You know, yeah, that's not good. Obviously not good. And you know, part of the thing that we need to signal to each other as a matter of building a decent society. Wow. Holy. Is we need to constantly be signaling to each other that, like, I could be wrong. I'm very, very much accepting that I could be wrong in everything that I do and everything that I say. At the very least in political conversations. Everything has to be low stakes, you know? Christian churches I grew up in loved talking down on gossip, but never mentioned how integral gossip was to early Christian communities. Sure, man. Like, early Christianity was a cult, you know? Cults don't make it unless it's, like, through some kind of gossip, some kind of underground. Like, Christianity was very underground. Did we already go out here? Do we think leftist infighting scratches a similar itch to gossip? Yeah. I will say yes. The only caveat, I guess, is that I think there's something about leftist infighting that is, I don't know. I think it's a natural impulse to some extent, but I also think that there's also a large extent to which leftist infighting is a matter of growing up in and having to use capitalist individualism as your, you know, sort of go-to metric for how human beings behave. I think that especially if you're on social media, and if social media is intuitive to you and you're like a good poster, and you are comfortable with acting within the rules social media sets for its engagement, I think you're a lot more likely to be ultra judgmental of other people's approaches to the same problem. And you might not even like I think people on social media are kind of incentivized to be nastier than they would in any other setting, pretty much. Because that's how you get attention. That's how you get reach on social media, is that you say things like with a lot of certainty and a lot of cynicism, you know. God, where are the keys? Oh, I see your nails. Yeah, I'm all about Sledgehammer. I hope I can find like a repair kit before it breaks. That'd be nice. Also, what am I supposed to do here? I guess I should probably go outside and finish killing those monsters. It seems like that's kind of the only thing to do. Everything I feel good about is correct. The minute I started feeling that, I immediately started searching out more left-wing news outlets, started my journey more left-wing. Good. Yeah. Everybody should do that, you know? If you start feeling too good about anything that you think, and it starts feeling like, you know, a sort of one-stop shop for every correct opinion, like, it's time to branch out, fella. You know? Like, if you feel good about everything, if the things that you think, like you think you've got the solution to every problem, and it's just in your ideology that you have the solution to every problem, you can just like lean on that for everything. Not good. You shouldn't feel comfortable all the time. I think the idea that you shouldn't feel comfortable all the time is one thing that the right has made pretty serious inroads in sort of co-opting, you know? Like, it's part of how they sell themselves, and it's part of how they've sold themselves from the beginning, that, like, you know, everything else is utopian and we're the only adults in the room because we want your life to be bad. And life isn't fair or whatever. And so if your life is bad, that means you must be realistic. Or if you're you know, like expressly trying to make other people's lives worse, or your life is bad, that must mean that you're living in reality and everybody else is just a, you know, utopian idiot. We need to get more comfortable with the idea of discomfort being a part of life. Discomfort is a good thing. Sledgehammer. Like, it's not the keys outside. Yeah. I should be able to just sledgehammer these doors down. It's not fair that, I mean, I assume I'm not able to. I'm not going to try. It's going to damage my sledgehammer. Can't have that. That note about the school teacher could be getting hints about the keys. I don't think so. Should look for that key. Yeah, maybe I could just run past the monsters. Life sucks. If you hate it, that means you're doing it right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That didn't do shit for me. Fuck. You look in the kids' shoe boxes. The kids in the game. Thanks for specifying. These. I mean, I did walk around and see if there were any spots, you know. Any places that they clearly want you to look in. Jump that dumb fence. What do you think this is? Fallout? I miss Fallout. Apples and peanut butter with buffalo pretzels. What are you, in kindergarten? That's a pre-nap time ass snack. It sounds great. That sounds like a great dinner. I don't know why you feel bad. Here we go, maybe. Everyone aware of the recent incident of off-duty ICE agent catching a DUI with the kid. Oh yeah, I watched that video. Pretty fucking funny. Bunch of fucking chuds. They're such orcs, you know? It, like, literally in the sense that I'm describing in my video, they're fucking orcs. Like, this administration is turning people into orcs. They're like, ICE is full of people who think that nothing can be created except through destruction. Through, like, fucking shit up. Like, that's how we get to a better world. It's just smash shit. He was so drunk he'd gotten about 100 miles away from where he thought he was. Jesus, with his fucking kids in the car. I'm so fucking mad and ashamed, you know. Did he say that? I'm going through a divorce. Please don't take my kids. Fuck that guy. He will never understand. He will go through his entire life not understanding that he fucked up his own relationship with his kids. It's always going to be somebody else's fucking fault. I guarantee it. Middle school I attended. Evil warding lantern, getting lost. Aww. These people think Jesus is a doormat. Yep. Go to puzzles and journal. Thank you. Stairwell. Hey. Vice principal is so paranoid about his keys that he always takes them with him when he leaves. It's kind of ironic he lost his keys to the stairwell. Looking for them frantically like a madman. He had the nerve to ask me to help him find him, but I'm the one who needs his help with his power. That doesn't help. Always takes them with him whenever he leaves. Lost the keys to the stairwell. Looking for them frantically. So maybe the vice principal's office, wherever that is, he had the nerve to ask me to help them find them, but I'm the one who needs help with this pile of paperwork that I have. I see no clues. I see no clues here. They think that if they're the hammer, they can never be the nail. Well, the thing about that is that if you engineer a situation such that you are the hammer, and your life becomes about engineering situations so that you are the hammer, then you never have to be the nail. That's the whole point. That's even if you asked them why they're doing what they're doing, they'd give you a version of that answer. They'd say that it's because we're already under an authoritarian, tyranny, and we need to overthrow it. And like the fucking libs they fucked it all up, man. Like that's what yeah, they think they're the fucking resistance, They're so fucking stupid. Might be missing a note. Did I go through both the windows? I did. I think I just gotta bite the bullet and go back outside. Or what's over here? Nothing. I'm gonna run around until I find something. Few people think they're the bad guys. Yeah, almost nobody thinks they're the bad guy. The only people willing to accept that they might be the bad, it's like that's a good horseshoe theory example. People who are willing to accept that they might be the bad guy are people who either give very little thought to anything at all, and are, you know, so little thought that they are able to become self-aware about that, or people who think about it all the fucking time and are thereby constantly aware about self-aware about that. Up to the second floor. Okay. There's a drawing. A drawing. Okay. We'll go find it. What's this? Ugh. Nothing. Yeah, I've been, the reason I vibe with Catholics and their crises of faith, I've been seeing a bunch of memes going around about, like, the difference between, convert Catholics and born Catholics, which is essentially that convert Catholics don't have Catholic guilt, and the guilt is the cultural part. And so convert Catholics are, like, you know, they'll always, like, you know, according to the Ecclesiastes of, you know, 1672, like, I'm allowed to be my wife, and all the born Catholics are like, you take communion on the tongue, you fucking weirdo. Who does that? Okay. There's another stairwell over here, right? Yeah. Fuck. The communion tongue thing is for major perverts. I really support it. There's just simply no way I don't have to go back outside. Yikes. Look at that. Why do you need key? I have a sledgehammer. I know that, but the game doesn't know that. Maybe killing a monster drops a key. Could be. Catholics used to also drink wine from the same goblet. They still do that. I don't know what church you're going to. I don't think I've been to a couple, like, or, you know, I don't know, whatever those, like, Catholic offshoots are that still do communion. No, every mass I've ever been to, and the last mass I went to was, last month. No, it's still the same cup. The handshaking thing, yeah. Peace be with you. Josie! How's it going? Ah! Okay, this looks promising. Origami of rumors. I've always despised her. She goes around pretending like she doesn't want to be a girl when she knows full well that she's so much cuter than everyone else. She makes me sick. See? Here's some gossip. Happening in real time. Bunny? Oh. I really like Japanese pedagogy, Japanese children's school structure. I like it. I like that all the kids are expected to clean and help, and that part of the instruction is that you respect your surroundings. I think that's neat. Passed down with pieces of bread like snack in kindergarten, yeah. Feminist art exhibition, yeah. Oh, the most patronizing token art representation I've seen in a while. Okay then, never mind. Well, at least it exists, I guess. That's interesting. On that side, there's a scarecrow here, right here where I'm standing. But it's not there when I'm inside. Interesting. I should probably just run around the perimeter of this. See if there's something else to explore. Through the service in other ways as well. Yeah. It is pretty surprising that they're still continuing to do communion out of the same cup. It's kind of surprising that more people don't get sick from mass. Shit. There's gotta be something in here. There we go. Yeah. Okay, dried carcass. Cool. And that appears to be all. Okay. Queer book reading going on. Yay. Oh, yay. Also had to clean up in the also had the cleanup song. No, but in Japan the kids have to like they do janitorial work is what I mean. Like they mop the floors. That kind of shit. Aww. Yay. Josie, everybody applaud for Josie. She's out here living her best life. The life she deserves. Yeah, Josie. Yeah, yeah, surely people get sick. It seems odd that there hasn't been some like, you know, crazy I don't know, some kind of urban legend hasn't resulted in the fact that like fucking 200 people drink communion wine out of the same cup every Sunday. Every week, sometimes twice a week they do this. You know, it's crazy. Shit. God damn it. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. Fuck you. Ah! Oh, what's that? Hey! Come on. Come on. Oh my god. Oh my god! What the fuck? Ah! Why can't I move? What the? I'm not doing anything wrong. What the fuck? Oh my god. Are you fucking serious? This literally isn't me. I can't move. Not fair. Not fair. I'm so curious to know what Mexican food is like in India. It's probably pretty good. I do know where the key is. I did run. I did. And those are real stairs. Those are the stairs I walked in on. Maybe early exposure to the pathogens gives the congregation a chance to get immunity. Could be. Maybe so. Russ, where are you going? Russ. Hi, buddy. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. You causing trouble? You getting into stuff? Come over here. Say hi to everybody. Come on. Come on. Up. He just sat down. Okay, bye-bye. Expected it to be more similar to Indian food than it was, from everything people said about how Mexican and Indian cuisines being cousins. Interesting. Yeah, they both use a lot of rice, I guess. They're both spicy. I can't really think of any other similarities, to be quite honest with you. Josie, what did you have? And what was it like? Tell me what it was like. Oh my god. I've got hair stuck to my face. Russ! Is not as spicy. Yeah, no, it's nothing's. Indian food is as the spiciest shit I've ever had was Indian. Mexican can get pretty spicy, but not like Indian. Indian's another level. Where is it? It was right here. It was right next to the... Shit, I lost my sledgehammer. Josie was taken to Taco Bell. Yeah, they have extremely different flavor profiles. Literally, kind of literally the only similarity is that they both use sauce. And they both use a lot of rice. That's pretty much it. Maybe I need to find this stuff first. Yeah, I wonder what Indian food was like before hot peppers brought from Central America. Yeah, I also wonder. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Oopsie, oops, 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 oops. Hey, no! Hey! Russ, get out of there. I know you hear me. You're wagging your tail. I know you hear me. Russ! Goodness. My favorite go-to meal that's always in rotation is salmon scampi. I'm pretty good at making salmon scampi. Two layers of bread with veggies compressed within them. 2 layers of bread. Yeah, see, that's odd. It was maybe a... shit. I wish Hampton was here. What's the word? Is it a huarache? Is that hang on, I gotta look it up 1 second. Because like bread is not a common ingredient in Mexican food at all. Yeah, huarache is kind of what I'm thinking about. It's made of masa, which sort of behaves like bread if you cook it right. Crimes, yes. So yeah, I wonder what it is you ate, Josie. Torta, yeah. It probably was a torta. Scampi is a wine sauce. You roast up some garlic, add some, you know, in butter, olive oil. Just dump a bunch of fucking wine in there. I put a little bit of chicken stock and just let it reduce. It's so good. So good. Yum, yum, yum. Isn't tortilla kind of bread? No. Tortilla is cornmeal. It's made out of cornmeal. It's also, tortillas are also processed. Owie! In a particular way that makes like, tortillas are like, corn is not very good for you. Corn is really, really hard to digest. And the process of making tortillas makes like whatever nutrients are in corn actually accessible to your body, which is kind of cool. That's why when, you know, after colonization, people were constantly eating corn, but people were getting like, I forget what particular kind of deficiency it is that resulted in this like corn disease that especially poor people got, you know, many of whom were native and you know, all of whom had these like traditional corn processing practices that you know, that made their diet completely fine, but it's just like eating raw corn or just cooked corn. It's not the same. But yeah, tortillas are like the sort of bread analog, but they're not made out of wheat. Chat suggestion, I saw Terrifier last night as an autumnal watch. I really liked it. Sick. Yeah, I love Terrifier. I've got I can't wait to work on the Terrifier video. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Watch Terrifier 2 next. It's better. It's a better movie. Russ! Hey! Come here! Sorry, he's got my shoe. Sorry. He destroyed something and it's, I'm not at all sure what it was. I'll find out later. Dogs! Lysine. Yeah, I think that, yeah, that sounds right. My Mexican mother didn't know about burritos until she came to America. Yeah, we took my grandma, my abuela, to a Mexican restaurant once, and she was like, "¿Qué es un burrito?" I had no idea. that's a, yeah, burritos are a very, like, Tex-Mex SoCal kind of dish. They're also fucking amazing. See what happens when we combine cultures? They're definitely the carb, yeah. One of the people who took me out here told me a tortilla is made of a mixture of wheat and rice grain, and that's why it's such a weird thing. That's whack. Bless their heart, they don't know what they're talking about. You can make tortillas out of mixing wheat and rice, or not. Whoa, rice? No, no, tortillas never have rice. That's bonkers. Wow, I read that. Man, it was bad enough. Holy shit, rice? Nah, dog. No, tortillas are made out of corn. You can combine wheat and corn and make tortillas that way. They're pretty good. Wheat tortillas are also good. I like them. I buy them. They're just not Mexican. What's your thoughts on if we ever get a left-wing president, bringing back the Civilian Conservation Corps to help retrain workers on the skills we need to reindustrialize and upgrade our infrastructure? Hey, you fucking said it. Like, what? I don't need to add any thoughts to that. Sounds great. Oh, put my thoughts on the first one in the movies section in Discord. Sweet. I'll go read it. Particularly excited for that movie. It gets properly weird for certain. It's properly weird, and it's also just like it actually has a budget. And the budget isn't even that big. I think it's like $200,000. And what they do with that budget is fucking insane. It is insane. That movie is every bit of 2.5 hours long. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what bread is anymore. Rice tortillas. Woo. Goodness. Aw, I miss Hampton. I wonder where he is. Ah! 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 Okay, it's fine. I'll do better next time. Smaller! I've missed you too. I'm glad you're here. Rice and burrito is overkill? No. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. No. Rice is good in burritos. It'll fill you up though. I will half agree in that adding rice to a burrito is a really great way to make it like a, you know, like one of them fucking fat burritos that's a real commitment, you know, for the night, like size of an infant, you know, that you're digesting for the next 3 days. It's the rice that's going to push it over. We're all a bunch of birds. Yeah, corn is just seeds. So are beans. So's quinoa. And amaranth. Oh my god. Ah! Get the sledgehammer. Yeah, I'm working on it. Lambas burrito. I taught my Canadian in-laws how to cook corn tortillas into hard taco shells. An emissary of Tex-Mex cuisine. You were. That to me, that's blasphemy. But I respect your culture. Hampton may be on a date. I was excited to ask him how his date went tonight, but well, maybe next time. Art is legitimately one of my favorite monsters now. Gives Twitter energy. Yeah, he does give Twitter energy. Yeah, that's a really interesting aspect of that's interesting that you picked that out. That's been one of the things that I've been thinking about with Art, and one of the things that I want to talk about with when I eventually make this video. That like Art to me, like I think the reason, and like he really is kind of the only horror icon to emerge, the only like genuine organic horror icon to emerge from the from the 21st century so far, I think. And I think it's really fucking fascinating that he's a true American clown monster. And that as a true American clown monster, like the only way that you can get Americans to take clowns seriously is if the clown is being like as mean as Art is. That like that's the only way that would, like, you know, because we were so bad at laughing at ourselves, and we take ourselves so seriously, that the only way a clown can make it is if the clown is a troll. You know, that's the only kind of like, you know, that's the only kind of disrespect that's legitimate in American culture. I think that's really dark, you know, and super fascinating. Can make milk out of almonds and oats. Yeah. I've not seen Smiling Friends. No, I don't think I've even heard of that. Yeah, I usually put oat milk in my stuff. I'm very excited to get sheep one day and have my own milk. That's my goal. Performance for Art is amazing. He's so a troll, heart of a troll, jerk, the heart of a jerk. Oh God, yeah, I'm interested to see what you think of the second one, because it's wild. The performance is amazing. He's a legit clown. He's actually doing clowning. You know, it's very cool. Live clown tangent. Yeah, this is gonna be, that video is just gonna be like a 2-hour clown tangent. I'm so excited. Pretends to set up some rules of engagement only to knock them down immediately. That's interesting. What is paneer? Smiling Friends is goated. Okay. Paneer is a cheese, but not all cheese. But all cheese is not paneer. Somebody explain this to me. Explain to me what is paneer. Okay, we're not going into that second spot this time. This time we're just gonna barrel right through. Okay, ready? Ready? Everybody ready? Okay, let's fucking go. Go, 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 go. Go faster than that. Let's go. Come on. Go, go, go. Let's avoid that that doll over there. Leave me alone. Okay. It's the best type of clown is just to be an asshole. No. No. A healthy clown is a product of a culture that is full of adults who are capable of laughing at themselves. If you go to, you know, any country that has a clown culture, you will see this in practice. What do I have in my shirt? What the fuck? What is going on here? Is just this the other side of the screen print? It is. Okay, it's fine. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. No, there's something in my shirt. Ah! What is this? Okay. Doop, 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 doop. So if you go to any country with a clown culture, you'll like street clowns. I fucking love street clowns so much. Oh my God. I wish we had a street clown culture here. It's so unfair that we can't. And the reason we can't is because Americans hate being made fun of. We can't stand it. Our only clown culture is minstrelsy, which is fucked, right? There are no other clowns in American culture, and like a clown's job in other countries, in Latin America and a lot of Europe, is just to follow people around as they go about their day and fuck with them. You know, it's just that in American culture, we don't have a way of just like for people to just fuck with each other in a way that doesn't immediately cause offense. We take ourselves so seriously. We cannot stand having like our mannerisms made fun of at all, you know? And so I think it's like that like whatever mental roadblock it is that keeps us from being able to make fun of ourselves and each other that results in our national clown emblem being an asshole, being, and not just an asshole, but like a psycho, you know, like you know, canonically like a violence demon, you know. Saw this chainsaw scene in the first Terrify film and checked out. Oh yeah, don't check out the second one then, because it gets a lot worse. And it gets so much worse that it's funny. Like it comes around and it's so bad that finally you're just like, I'm overstimulated. I don't feel anything anymore, which itself is interesting, you know. Yeah, Carlos, I thought that comment looked familiar. Consider myself a healthy clown. Good. Yeah. Everybody should cultivate their inner clown, you know. How many omamori do you have? Good question. Like 5 maybe? I don't know. Is there a clown on your shirt? No, this is my, let's see. Can I get this all in frame? This is my School polo team shirt. I'm still a nerd. I wear this in public. People have to know, you know. Start pulling coins from my ears. True for Indians as well. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. There are no street clowns in like East Asia either. I think most of Asia also takes itself very seriously, you know. Is Trump a clown? No, Trump is more like a magician. He's not self-aware enough to be a clown. He just is like a I don't know, like a tumor. I don't know. You need to be like being like clowning is a state of mind, you know. You could argue that in his more performer days, in his like in his reality show days, maybe a little more, but I'm still not sure. Like I think in order to be a clown, you have to oppose yourself against a certain kind of like consciously oppose yourself against a certain kind of behavior without demonizing that behavior. That's kind of what makes a clown, I feel. Art wants to live in a world with normal people because he thinks normal people are fucking hilarious and he likes tearing them apart, you know. Trump doesn't think about other people at all, especially upper caste Indians. Just fucking boring. Hey, welcome to America. Never seen anyone take themselves more seriously when they didn't deserve it than Trump. Yeah. But he's not making fun of his base in a collegial way. He just has disdain for his base, you know, which is kind of an Art the Clownish thing to do. But he's not having fun. You know, Art's having so much fun. That's why the funny suit protests in Oregon are the worst thing for ISE. Yeah. If anyone's, David Graeber has written so many articles about, like, David Graeber actually has a really, really good article. It's titled something like why cops hate giant puppets. I recommend everybody go read it. It's really, really good, really, really interesting, really, really useful for a kind of a roadmap of how to imagine our current time. Cops hate not being able to control a situation. They hate not being able to make something serious, optically serious, and under their control. Part of the purpose of protests is to what's the word I'm looking for? Not instant provoke is to provoke violence. The reason cops hate that shit is because because certainly it makes them look like the silly little boys that they are, but also because it's really, really bad optics to say, shoot a fucking priest in the head with a pepper ball. It's bad look. It's a bad look to throw a guy in an inflatable unicorn costume to the ground and handcuff him. It just doesn't look badass, I would cry if someone made fun of me on the street. Oh. No, you'd be okay. I promise. That's part of a good clown, They're public instructors. They're teaching you how to think about yourself. That's how I felt about Final Destination. Yeah, interesting. Oh, quesadilla. Quesadillas fuck. Okay, I'll check out Smiling Friends. Oh, in it. I see. No, it was a piece of tape, apparently. Yeah, Trump is definitely clownish for certain. But to be a clown is a very special thing. I don't think he qualifies. Yeah, nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen. It's a lack of clown culture linked to a tendency toward nationalism. No. Toward authoritarianism, maybe. Maybe that's what you mean. I would be pretty comfortable, laying out an initial hypothesis, at least, that a lack of clown culture is linked to a tendency toward authoritarianism. I won't say nationalism just because, Mexico has a great clown culture, but they're nationalistic as fuck. Mexicans love being Mexican. If nobody was making fun of you, it's a bad sign. Yep. Affectionate mockery is great. Yeah. Mexicans can be, it's good and bad, it's a very Mexican thing. I don't know if this is common in all of Latin America, but it's a very Mexican thing to derive people's nicknames literally just from making fun, finding their most apparent physical feature and just calling them, I had a cousin who was just La Gorda, which is fatty, kind of mean. Everybody called me Flaca growing up, which was skinny because I was a fucking skinny one. All my cousins are on the bigger side, but one cousin was especially on the bigger side, and I don't think she liked that nickname. Kind of mean. Art the Clown, it does have lore, yeah. Hi, Goblin Lackey. How about Ronald McDonald? Where does he appear on the clown spectrum? I don't take Ronald McDonald very seriously. Ronald McDonald is a product of clowns being sort of laundered into a child's thing. Thank you. Yes, on the phenomenology of giant puppets. Yeah, everybody click on that article and go read it. So in the mid 20th century, the post-war era, basically, I gotta check on my history about this because it can't possibly be that it was just America, but it certainly was the case that in America that was the time when clowns were sort of repurposed into this child's entertainment thing. Which is not what clowns initially were supposed to be. Clowns are supposed to be making fun of adults. Clowns don't make fun of children. That's mean. But I'm literally working on a short film about a cop giving birth to and becoming a clown. That sounds great, yeah. That sounds awesome. And so if you turn clowns into a child's entertainment thing, then of course they're going to be fucking terrifying. Like, obviously. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Ronald McDonald. So Ronald McDonald was created during that era. I think McDonald's is a product of the 60s, I want to say. And so because they were trying to appeal to primarily to children, that's where that mascot came from. It's pretty much as simple as that. Yeah, I was just noticing that. Yeah, the right below the sledgehammer head. Yeah, it is good artwork. No King's Protest almost seemed allergic to violence. Cops loved it because they love sitting around doing nothing. See, I disagree, Carlos. Okay, it's good for protesters to not be violent, always. The point at a protest, and like a rebellion is different. An insurrection is different. A battle is different. A protest should never have violence on the protester's end. The point of a protest, and that's not to say that protests can never be violent. It's just that the violence in a protest must always come from the status quo. Like, the point is to provoke violence from the status quo. If a protest happens and the cops sit around doing nothing, good for them. Keep protesting until they get so fucking sick of you that they start shooting rubber bullets and breaking people's arms. That's the point. And that's happening. Like, we don't need to do anything else to make that happen. It's happening on its own. Everybody else's job in that situation for protesting is just to increase numbers. Just increase numbers. This time it was like 7-8 million. That's a fuck ton of people. Next time let's make it 12 million. And then the next time 15 million. And eventually, like, don't worry. Like, you don't need to hope for violence to break out. It'll happen. It will. We have not seen, the extent of how violent this is going to get. I guarantee you. I'm really, really uncomfortable making guarantees or predictions like that, but like I can basically, I feel really, really, not comfortable. It's like a really frightening thing to think about, but like, it's gonna keep getting violent. Like, there's no reason to think that we've just like plateaued now, Lack of clown culture is definitely a symptom of corporatocracy. Nice, yeah, I agree. Clowns mean you can laugh at anything, even misery, but corporations want you to ignore your misery altogether. Yeah, that's a good point. I should do a clown tier list. I was supposed to do that with that exact thing, actually, with a friend on their podcast. I just got to, I had to back out of it, but it's not a bad idea at all. Very sorry, Piggy Ziggy Zap, that this has been your clown experience. I have not seen Northman yet. I'm so behind on so many things, but I'm catching up. Did comedians replace clowns in America? No. I think that there is a history in America of sort of trying to repurpose comedians into clowns, and I don't think it really works, because comedians are highly verbal, primarily verbal, and clowns are primarily physical. That's why I love that art does not talk, and that's why I do not really care for for Terrifier 3, because they give him like a fucking sidekick who just yaps, just like monologues for art, and it so undercuts the power of that character, in my opinion. Stream seems to be lagging somewhat. Fuck. I'm not getting any dropped frames. That's weird. I'm sorry. I hope it gets better. And this is the case for most street clowns are mimes. Some are not, but it seems like the most successful ones are, because it's a performance, you know. It's a lot easier to perform in that way if you're not relying on words. Love your hair today. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's a little Urukai core, you know. I've been for some reason I've always been really uncomfortable showing my forehead, but I actually do think this is a pretty okay look for me. It's gotten better. Okay, sweet. I think there are certain comedians that are clowns. Yeah, I think that the more physical humor you do, the more clownish you become. Is Stephen Colbert a clown? I think, yeah, I think when he was doing the when he was doing his show, when he was not doing the late show, I think he was more clownish than he is now. But I do think that, like, Stephen Colbert pretty clearly to me takes a lot of cues from clowning as an art form. He's a very physical comedian, you know, which is cool. I really like Stephen Colbert. Is mayonnaise a clown? Okay. Or some like Weird Al fit on the clown spectrum. I don't know. I'd call Weird Al more of just a comedian. Where is it? What the hell? God damn it! Oh my god! Oh, I just got a fucking pop up for it. Get the fuck out! Oh my god! It's out of my way! Okay, sorry. We're back. Oh, come on. Is it over here? Is it this way? Oh, I keep seeing like the light bounce off water, off these puddles, and I'm thinking that it's ah! Oh my god. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. I hear Russ out there. Being a menace. Doing crimes. What am I doing wrong? Fuck, I can't even find the window that I went into. Oh my god. Ah! It's not fair. Like, am I insane? I picked it up off the side of this path, right? It was there. Did I do something else? Is there something else that unlocks it for you? It was right here. It was like in the bushes somewhere around. Yeah, yeah, there it is, there it is. Come on. Okay, okay. Now run, 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 run. Where's the window? Fuck. It's gotta be on the other side. Shit. Ah! Oh my god! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my god. Jesus fucking Christ. Ah! Okay, well, we know exactly where it is now, so. There is that, at least. This time... No, I guess it's probably better to go get all that stuff, right? Right. 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 I got dead again. Okay. Stay here until big guy gets distracted. Getting that fucking sledgehammer. Ugh! Fuck! Fuck! It's fine. It's fine. Jesus. I still... Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. I still am not certain where the window that I came in, where is it? Where's that window? Kind of confusing. Just a little bit confusing, yeah. Fuck you! Ugh. Oh my god, there's 3. Okay. Boom. Okay. Nice. Why for? What did I ever do to deserve this? Ah! Fuck you all! God! What? Where's the window that I came in on? Fucking run! Not there. No. It's up here. Please tell me the window doesn't just close. No way. I swear, the window should be up here, right? Ooh, that almost sounded like words. Didn't like that. I could swear that the window is up here because there's that little thing. See that little thing that looks like a shrine but isn't. And oh my god. Maybe is it back toward this direction? No. Ah! Oh my god. Ah! Oh my god, I do have a map! Ah! So sorry. Okay. So apparently it's over here. But alright. We'll go check, I guess. Out of my way! No! Mm! Black Phone 2, eh. I don't super care. It's okay, this is the one, yeah. Hi, Fractal Dactyl. Do you think video, I assume you mean video games, or maybe just video media causes violence? You said you can't differentiate between things that's on TV and in real life, so it must have yeah, I'm sure it does have an effect, but I think the effect is more from narrative than just like the fact of there being violence. I don't think that the violence itself is at fault for that much. I think that looking at violence can do some kind of trauma to you, you know what I mean? I think it's sort of similar in that way. I don't think it is the same kind of trauma, but I think that what makes people, if media makes people violent in any way, it's because of the narrative structure of the media. It's not because of the aesthetic content, I guess. Maps cheating must blindly scramble. That is stupid. I didn't notice that. Okay. But, like, I could swear to God that, like... Sorry, Rita. I scared the dog. That, like, that area over there where all the dolls were, that's the spot it said that there was a window. And it wasn't there. It must be. It must be, right? I must have just overlooked it. Yeah, of course I've heard of Neil Postman. Absolutely. Yeah, Amusing Ourselves to Death is a good book. Y'all should read it. Let's check. Yeah, okay, here it is. But look. Okay. 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 I was wrong. I was wrong. The map was right. I'm just an idiot. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Ugh. See, look at that. A ghost. It's a ghost scarecrow. God, I'm using ourselves to death at the used bookstore for like $2 and Dawn of Everything for $5. Hell yeah. Good job. Hampton! Hampton! Yay! Hampton, how was your date? Hit with 2 ads and then just forehead. Oh, I missed you. Date went lovely. Very good. That's great. Very happy for you. That's great. Let's talk about serious business. Does your date have a cute mom? Oh. Oh, is there a Rita tail in the background? Owie! Oh, fuck you all. Fuck you all. Shout out moms. Hampton, you watch Shorzy yet, like I told you to? Okay, we did it. We fucking did it. Hey, it only took 2 hours. Ah! Oh my god! Fuck! It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. I can't even lock onto them, so maybe they just won't move. Thought you just lived in my screen. Oh, this sucks. This is very spooky, very effective. Ooh. And she's a Swiftie. Oh my god. Hampton, don't scare her off. Swifties are sensitive. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Oh no. I'm in danger. ba, 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 ba. Hang on, I have to answer a text. It's about Shorzy. Ironically. Boo, boo, boo. She's still here, like in the room with you. That's good, I guess. Hi, kitty. Hello. Whoop. 7X's ain't shit. She should just disappear. I hope someone kills her or abducts her. I don't care. Just whatever gets Hinako out of my life once and for all. Jesus. Goodness. Wow. She just keeps writing her complaints on pieces of paper, but instead of burning them, she just decides to throw them into the void and let them accumulate. I think that maybe one day all those grievances will pile up and suffocate her. Okay, then. Mexican aunties are incredibly conservative, it's true. So you don't, is your Mexican mama like, oh, my little golden child can do no wrong? Because that's the other kind of Mexican matriarch. Yeah, of course I've heard of Grijalva. She's from my old district back in Arizona. I voted for her father. His campaign insignia was just his mustache. He was cool. I hope she's cool too. She seems fine. She seems cool. I don't know all that much about her, but I did like her dad. How am I? I'm pretty good, actually, for once. Getting work done. I'm like increasingly caught up on my stuff. I've got, you know, things in the pipeline, bunch of stuff I'm working on. I feel like I have direction. I'm good. Hinako isn't coming. I'm sorry for lying to you, but I thought that I needed to get you alone to find out how you truly feel. Look into your heart and try opening this box with your true feelings. Do you remember that day when just the two of us went to that cafe? We talked about how it felt like we were delinquent since we were supposed to be going to school that day. But you know what? I didn't care what the other people thought about us because as long as I could spend time with you, that was all I needed. We both ordered the same cake that day. I can still remember how my heart almost burst out of my chest the moment the same words flowed from those lips. The sweet and tart fruit on the cake. This taste still lingers in my mouth like it was yesterday. Do you remember the taste too? Open the puzzle box. Okay, how does this rotate? Select. Slide, confirm. Okay, what does this do? Oh, alright. I suppose we need to match these, right? Gotta be. Let's see what we got here. No, these are all different. So we don't need to match them. We need to... Is this a supply chain type puzzle? Do we need to... Is there, like, do these match in a different way? When you're changing the thumbnail of the Final Destination video, so it no longer sends a pro feet message. Never. Do we mess with Scooby-Doo? Yes, always. Congrats on your dopamine high. Thank you. Hellraiser moment, yeah. I would argue that the thumbnail is plainly anti-feet. Yeah, I think that's probably more accurate. I don't understand this. Secret box. Let's look at stairwell first. What's this say? Oh, we saw that. Look into your heart. Try opening this box with your true feelings. I see no clues. There's food. I'm not even certain what the game is supposed to be. It's a sweet and tart fruit. That's probably the answer. Maybe, but I'd argue that all of these are sweet and tart except for, you know, radish and sushi. Grapes are sweet and tart. Pineapple is sweet and tart. Strawberries are sweet and tart. Cover the symbols that don't repeat. None of them repeat. Just summons funny goobers in leather outfits. Maybe let's cover up every single all of these that aren't fruit and see what happens. Pumpkin is not fruit. Let's close that one. Apple is fruit. Pie is fruit. Maybe I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh. That was kind of lame. Literally, it was just cover everything that's not fruit. Whatever. So you did remember. That makes me feel very special. By the way, are you over Hinako now? I apologize if I sound blunt, but I want to make it clear that girl is dead. Now you're going through a rough time right now, and you must be in so much pain, but you know I can be there for you. Would you rather go through it yourself still? Are we in hell? Are we in shoes hell? Or like some kind of, I don't know, some kind of weird alternate sort of like hellish purgatory dimension of Rinko's making? What is going on? I can picture us slowly unfolding the pages of our by filling up. Wait, I'm talking about all the small mundane and details of our day-to-day life by filling up one journal after another with our thoughts. I know we can make a fresh start, a blank page upon which we can write the new story of our lives. Surely you can see it too. Okay. All right. Now what? Probably I can't get out yet. Here we go. I sat here. But now what? What do I do? Oh, it's different now. Okay. Everything that's not paper. Oops. Okay. Fan isn't paper. What even are these? Oreos are not paper. Flour isn't paper. Dice isn't paper. Mystery food isn't paper. That's whatever that is isn't paper. There we go. That's my answer. Okay. Maybe not this one. How about now? Okay. Dog that stole 3 treat bags. Yikes. Y'all are funny. I just don't, I'm just really unsure. Filling up one journal after another with thoughts. A blank page upon... Okay, so... yeah. Pie is not fruit. Oreos is not paper. Maybe Oreos is paper. Who knows? Maybe this isn't. Maybe just the books. And that's all. Let's try that. There we go. Okay. So glad to hear you're trying to stay positive, and remember, I'll always be here for you if you need anything. You know, you're not the only one who's sad because Hinako is no longer with us. If the two of us could huddle together, we could soothe this pain that bites like the cold of winter, and then surely spring will arrive, welcoming us with sakura in full bloom to celebrate our union. Can you picture us? Can you picture the beautifully blooming sakura awaiting us? You said you wanted to go into acting. Why didn't you pursue it? Because, well, I did for a little bit, and then I realized that the things I like about film and the things that I like about storytelling have nothing to do with acting. Or at least, like, very little to do with acting. Like, I was getting kind of, like, 10% of the satisfaction that I was after with acting, so, yeah. Yeah, our friend just died. Wanna fuck? Wanna fuck? Yeah, that's what I understood from that also. I also love composition notebooks. They are very America coded. Okay. It's just flowers this time. Not bonsai. Bonsai is not flower. Pie is not flower. Grapefruit is not flower. Cherry is not flower. These are both flower. That's not. I think that's a flower. Ooh. How about now? Nope. Nope. Maybe not this one. Why are we thirsting over composition notebooks? She grows her own food, by the way. Who are you talking about? Me? Or, somebody else? I grew... My bean harvest is now finished. I grew 2 cups of beans. Not bad. Okay, let's try every tree. Maybe bonsai. is cherry blossom. Who knows? Nope. Okay. Nope. Maybe this one? Nope. There we go. Spiral gang for life, huh? No, get out. Composition notebooks and big pens. Pantsmaster does not appreciate aesthetic at all. Dear Shu, I like you. I love you. I always have. I always will. Be waiting to hear what you think about me. Check yes or no. Hooray! Ooh. Ooh. What is it? Some kind of creature. I think my friend is a psychopath. The date written on the side with Sharpie, yes. Okay. A world that's not a playground like elementary school, but not as mature as high school. Middle school to me was like a stage between tadpole and frog. I guess you could say it's a period of grotesque transformations. Interesting. Up until elementary school, Shu and I would have water fights, and we wouldn't mind if our underwear showed. Once we entered middle school, though, while we might not have paid any mind to things like that, others around us did. It felt like our world changed in a snap. Boys and girls used to think of one another as mortal enemies, always bickering and fighting each other, but now it suddenly turned into such a weird dynamic where we have to treat each other in a completely different way. It's fine for people who want to do that because the people around them are doing the same, but for someone like me who really couldn't care less about what people think, that's not the case. This is I gotta be honest, I'm like more invested in this conversation that's happening in the chat right now than many other conversations that have happened in the chat. I'm 1000% on Hampton's side on this. Ooh. Here's my pen that I do all my little scribbling with. It's kind of a fancy pen. I don't do the big pens anymore. Give me something refillable. I do still have all my gel pens from elementary school though. Secretary ass pen. Yeah. What kind of, I mean, who would you trust better for good pens than a secretary? Be real. I don't like this music. Really not about it. Yay! Yay! Note to teacher. Ayumi from the track and field club said she found a key with key box written on it during practice. If she still hasn't gotten it back to you, then she probably left it in her locker when she went to change. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she forgot. She looked exhausted after practice. Yay! Let's replace... Do I have all that stuff? No. See, this doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Why do I need to replace something if I have like a space for it? Fuck it. Bye, Carlos. Oh, that's a good idea. Have fun. Do you do all your work digitally or do you take notes physically still? When I was still taking courses, yeah, I'd handwrite a lot of my notes. I found that a lot more useful, especially if I was doing notes while reading. But I have since gotten lazy about that. I'll probably pick it back up again after the degree's done. I'm in a position right now. It's like been the source of a lot of my stress that I'm in a position where I've taken on so many different projects that I have to cut corners, and I really hate doing that, you know. And one of the corners that I've had to cut is that I can't take notes by hand anymore. I gotta write them in a Word document, you know. It's okay. Okay. Equipment. Items. These greatly restore health. I did not know that. Oops, I keep doing that. Fuck, I need all this stuff. The chocolate is really valuable as an offering, I think, which is why I don't want to replace it. We can replace the red capsules, I guess. Fuck. Well, let's replace the chocolate with this. What's over here? Nothing. Okay. Ah! Owie! Fuck you! Ah! Come on! God, this sucks. Oh my god. Come on. Faster, please. God damn it. Okay, it's fine. Where are we? Okay, toolkit. So it's... Isn't that weird? Scarecrows aren't here yet. Pretty spooky! Yeah, Peter had the right idea. There we go. When do they show up? Oop. Why aren't they here? That's odd. I gotta go make dinner, but I'm very interested in where this is gonna go. This is like a bad stopping point, you know? Legal pads are superior? Smaller, my guy. I unlike most of you, I think all of you, I don't think I know any of you in real life except smaller. Here they are. And I've never felt more judgmental toward you as I do in this moment. Legal pads, of all things. Come on. Yes. Yes. It was already in here. Did I already do this? No, I did not. Dinners for the week. Ooh, yikes. Not a healthy mind. All of this is just over a guy. Hey, 377. Okay, everybody remember that. Ooh, what an image. Oh, that looks so good. Jotting it down on my legal pad with a big pen. What is that? So what does that sound? I don't like it. Happy birthday, Manny. Happy early birthday. Did I just pass it? Yeah, it's in here, right? It's gotta be. Yeah, here we go. What? 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 What did I do wrong here? Maybe it's like this? What the hell? What am I getting wrong? I'm not 34. What? There's either another lock or another passcode. Yeah, I guess so. Wrong locker. What? Must be another room altogether. Lame. I came all the way down here. Okay, let's go back upstairs, I guess. This wouldn't be an issue with the humble composition notebook. Spooky Teeth is right. This is where we came in, right? Yeah, so maybe we need to go on the down to the other end of this hallway. All the... Nope. Hey. Fuck. I don't have space. Sorry, the other stuff's more important. All the scarecrows disappeared. Okay. I guess there's nothing else up here. Why even have those shelves that are openable if there's not going to be anything in them? Like, we don't go back and find them. Chrysanthemums grown by our very own vice principal have won the governor's prize. Did you know that vice principal Matzo has a green thumb? His exquisite chrysanthemums took the top prize in their category at the floriculture fair held by the prefectural council, I'll have you know. If you haven't already, take this opportunity to admire the vice principal's masterfully pruned flower displays on the school grounds. Well. How nice. Fruit. It looks like she hasn't read this letter. Locker. Seems that making secret codes with numbers and symbols is all the craze these days. This is the hint of where the key was outside. Oh my god. Okay. It's alright. I found the key all on my own. Well, we still have the key to the front door, I think, so... So we can go there. Have we been here? This doesn't seem familiar. Mm. Lame. Oh, have fun, Hampton. Proud of you. Or the key to the annex somewhere upstairs. Okay. I'm getting kind of tired of the school. Not gonna lie. Ah! So many fucking keys. We might have stopped by the shrine though. I don't remember where the shrine is. Is it out front? Is it out front in the way I came in? That way? I'm tired of this, Grandpa! There we go. Oh my god. Maybe I am dead. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it 8:45 already. Dinner's gonna take like an hour, so I'm not gonna eat until like 10. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. See y'all Thursday. Thanks for being here. Kind of slow progress today, but we got something done, so. I will see everybody Thursday.